Welcome back, everyone. With me today is...
Somebody who's already played this game 100%ed it in the time that it's taken the last two videos to come out. I have way too much free time on my hands. Alright.
Well, see, the Pantheon is really a really impressive area of the game.
Yes.
I mean, look at this. This is really nice.
And I think you come in here for all of one mission.
Yeah. As noted, there is a puzzle here, and it's over there.
Yeah.
Or a glyph, I should use the proper terminology.
Yeah.
And remember, you don't really scan them, you climb into them in this game.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Sean!
Yeah, thanks, Sean.
I love how he manages to tell you half the second before you climb in every single time. And by the way, since you're going to get pulled out of the Animus, he finishes his line when you get back when you leave.
Oh, nice. Did he do that to you too, or is it just me being weird?
No, he did that to me 3 or 4 times. It was really odd.
You know, I don't remember that being in the PS3 version. I wonder if they did something in this one.
I mean, to be honest, maybe part of it was because I kind of just quit out of a bunch of them after a while, just so I could just do them all at once. I just wanted to get the tag, and then you can do it from the menu later. You don't have to stick around, and you can go play other things.
Right. Well, we've got another one of these puzzles. They are never fun, so you'll forgive me if I just kind of skip past them.
Yeah, these ones are...
They're just boring.
Yeah.
There's nothing to say about them other than they are boring.
Loading.
Hey, another one.
You know, I like the painting puzzles because at least that's, look for a common theme. Be a little creative, but here it's just spinning. How do your spinning skills feel?
Well, it's spinning, but it's also a bit of yeah, there's a third one too, by the way.
Yeah, well, that was a little more judicious a cut than I intended, but you know what, you got the picture.
Yeah, there's 3 of these things. You do it, you get a random quote, and
yeah, it's just spinning. There's nothing to say about it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there's Adam Smith quotes. So if you want to know what the second one was, you can go read Capital.
Loading.
Or you could just look up a YouTube video of all these things and it'll show up.
Yeah, well, I try to make people a little cultured. Is that so wrong?
Loading.
And so... Right next to...
What? Oh, well, duh, I suppose.
Loading.
Yeah. I like the chess puzzles even if they aren't particularly hard.
Yeah.
Because they usually are very clear on what you have to do. But it is nice because they actually do progressively,
I was a little discombobulated there because I thought it was you only have to press 1 red circle, you have to press 2.
Right, so this is the second version of this one, which is the annoying version. There's going to be more than one dot somewhere on the screen. Pressing X and scanning it will then... I mean, you can scan either one, but you have to scan all of them within a certain time limit or else you reset.
Yes.
It gets really annoying.
Video files here. Hopefully they'll begin to make sense as you free up each file.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes.
That was the first puzzle they solved? Oh, wait, no, that's the second.
Right.
I was about to say, that didn't sound right.
I don't know if you're looking for something from 16.
Thanks, Sean.
Hey,
Thanks.
His subtitle disappeared.
Yeah.
So the Pantheon is surprisingly hard to climb.
It's easier later.
Yeah.
When you get your climb glove back, but until you get your climb glove, it's kind of a pain in the ass because you kind of have to wander all the way around to the back side of it.
Yeah.
And then kind of climb up the side of it, and then it's really counterintuitive, especially considering that,
well, a part of me kind of likes these sort of problem-solving climbs. So you
Yeah.
kind of have to scope out how you get up there, what the ledges are. I kind of like that part, but it's
Yeah.
not overly exciting to watch. It's something you kind of have to do for yourself to experience.
Yeah, and then there's the alternative way, which is I think you can climb up from the middle of the inside all the way up top, but that's tricky in itself as well.
Yes.
Um,
Mostly I left this in. I actually don't succeed in getting out of the top. I just left this in because, again, this is really impressive visually area.
yeah, this.
Great
They
acoustics,
have
too.
Yes, yes. Even though I wonder where the hell all the other people are, considering this place is empty, but it is. Now that's odd because you should be able to climb up top. I mean, you have to climb down at one point.
Yeah, I think it's possible to climb. It's definitely possible to climb down. I don't think it's possible to climb up through the roof. If there is a way to do that, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, well, you grab the little gold thing sitting on the walls,
Yeah.
but you can't seem to do that. That's odd.
Yeah.
That really is odd.
Yeah, I thought the gold things were the clue, but for whatever reason, he just wasn't grabbing them. Maybe I should have held circle to hold on to them. I have no idea. Ultimately,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter, I guess.
No.
Oh yes, and the
you're
front
wrong.
of the Pantheon was where the first big CG trailer for Brotherhood was set. Except that was part of the game that's not actually in the game because it's the CG trailer. You know, I would think with how ridiculously overpowered Ezio is, having Rodrigo and Cesare in the same area as a bunch of your assassin friends would probably end pretty poorly for them.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to come up with a counterexample, and I'm not thinking of one at the moment. Yeah, this is like. How did I get up here?
I
Without-
do get up there. I know I do. Here we are.
Here
This is
we
the
go.
trick.
You have to find the one broken column at the very back of it.
Duh.
Yeah, of course. You know, that just makes perfect sense.
But yeah, that's how you do it. And again, it's a nice looking area, so I don't cut too much out of this. Unlike that one
Yeah.
sliding puzzle, which I pretty much cut entirely for reasons unknown.
Because it's a sliding puzzle.
Yes, well, that's probably. I don't know if it's a rotating puzzle.
All those ones are.
They're dumb.
Yeah, to be honest, after like the second or third glyph puzzle, you kind of see most of them, and they just start getting really hard in really stupid and abstract ways that aren't really clever or fun.
Yeah,
They just do
that's my
stupid
problem
shit.
with them. They're just boring. I don't usually have trouble with something that's hard. I have trouble with something when it's boring because I get distracted.
Now, I thought you were going to keep that feather to the end of the game, so you got a nice
No,
platinum.
well, see, my tradition is I like to end a trophy list with a gold one. So obviously that would not apply here. Although I do agree that would make a nice platinum.
I don't. How many gold trophies are
Only
in this
one.
game? Which one is that?
It's a knife to the heart, the one you get at the very end of the game.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a tradition with Assassin's Creed games. That the gold trophy is there's only one and you get it at the end of the game. Which means it's actually impossible to make the gold trophy in Assassin's Creed 3 your last one because there are epilogue missions. Well,
Yes,
epilogue
that's actually-
cutscenes, I should say. They're not really missions.
Look how much of a fool you were,
Yes.
Connor. You didn't actually end slavery at all. You're a horrible person.
Who
And all your friends got lost their homes
who
anyway.
no doubt went on some very exciting adventures after the story ended, but we don't see it glows red. I don't know why it glows red.
Blood on your hands? I don't know. So, I'm surprised you're just kind of doing a general collectathon.
Well, the
to be
theme of
honest.
this video was to do a bunch of stuff in the Centro district.
Okay. No, I was just curious because it was like, well, you know, if you do the story missions, you unlock the guild challenges, and at least you got...
Yeah,
You know,
well, we're still pretty early in the game, so, you know, sightseeing is not entirely unwarranted, I suppose.
Yeah.
I will probably do... I will probably do most of the guild challenges off camera, because again, most of them are not terribly interesting to watch, and or involve repetitive actions.
I want a video of you playing the best round as you repeatedly jump off a horse and onto a beam 20 times. Just on repeat, non-stop until it's off.
You know, I may do a video with just demonstrating all the guild challenges. That's something that might happen.
Yeah. Shoot to kill 25 guys on horseback. I rode around for an hour and killed a bunch of people riding a horse, and then I realized I had to kill the people riding the horses. Oh god, this game and its fucking challenges are horrible sometimes.
Well,
Meanwhile, I'm playing some game that you probably should LP at one point right now.
well,
And I'm only in memory sequence 3.
that didn't go quite as I anticipated. Usually when I'm running around, I like to unsheathe the hidden blade just for shits and giggles, and sometimes it ends poorly, like that. But again, not canon. I don't know how many times I have to stress this, but that didn't actually happen.
It could have happened, but Ezio didn't kill... Ezio didn't kill his... hello?
Did you get that message about me hijacking a horse by jumping on top of it? Yeah,
So.
yeah, I was just messing around looking for Borgia flags. I dropped off the roof of some place and landed on a horse, punched the guy off and stole it. I had no idea you could actually do that. It never occurred to me that was possible.
The worst thing is like when I just kind of like keep dropping to the ground and I inadvertently like just tackle somebody, and then everybody gets mad at me because I'm pressing circle so I can drop, and it's like, no, I didn't want to accidentally. Yeah. Unfortunately, like I like Assassin's Creed games. It took them until Unity to perfect climbing down things, and that's the really sad thing about it. Oh God.
You know, when you were playing the game, when you summoned a horse, was there always a Borgia guard horse, the one with like saddlebags?
I think it is always the last one you are riding. It changes it depending if you hijack a horse in between it.
Well, as far as I know, the horse with the saddlebags is the best because it can't really get stunned, I've found.
What about the horse with armor?
The saddlebags are the one with armor. Both of them are basically the same as far as I am aware.
Yeah, you do...
Boy, there's a mouthful for you. Santa Maria di Miracoli
Yes.
and Santa Maria di Montestet. Well, I guess it's technically two different buildings. But it's still the same database entry.
Yes. Yeah. Look, Sean got bored and just wanted to do one.
Well, can you
thing,
blame him
right?
for getting bored? I mean, he's... all the time Desmond is doing this, he's just sitting around looking at pictures.
Yeah, nobody's letting him go into the Animus to look for his Nordic ancestors. Oh, this is actually going to be...
me.
Oh, no. Like, normally they can't shoot you when you're
That was a
climbing
close
the
one.
tower.
Whoa! You see
It
that
seems
last
to be
one
the
fly
exception.
past me?
Yeah.
That was pretty tense. Huh?
Yes, it was. So... I have started to play another game, which I think you should help you eventually.
Which one would that be?
I don't know if you heard me say that. It's this game called
Oh.
Assassin's Creed Revelations.
You know, I might have to get around to that sometime.
Yeah, I'm only in memory sequence 3, but I kind of been hanging out there so I could get the fucking street kills done. Because I don't want to fucking do it with a fucking army of Janissaries running around. I just got it done. It's just like, oh, hey, I got 4 guys, and then, oops. There goes one of the fast little dudes, and man just sneak
Yeah,
attack
that's
and
typically how it goes.
You know. Oh well, it's done. I can actually progress the story now, and meanwhile, I've got assassins and ulted ends, and they're starting to get to level 15. And I've only done 2 den defenses, and fuck it, you didn't convince me to do a third one.
I'm not saying I convinced anybody. I'm saying I liked it more than most people. Yeah, that was my main objective for doing so many of them. Just, hey, now the Templar's got a flame tank. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. No, it isn't cool. It sucks.
I
It sucks
just
horribly.
was never convinced that it sucks. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But we may have explored that topic in a different thread.
Yes, maybe. Oh, that's an interesting...
I had to cut a lot out of this video.
God damn it, Sean! Alright, so this is glyph number 3. And
You know, if I didn't see that subtitle box pop up, I wouldn't even have said anything.
Oh, Sean.
I wonder why that is. What happened there?
I don't know. He's getting mad because he raided.
Loading.
Somebody caught him stealing Lucy's yogurt. Yeah, Rebecca narked him out. Well, no, it's the other way
No, well,
around. He stole Rebecca's
that's
yogurt.
no
Lucy's
good.
Yes.
So here we've got an actual interesting puzzle
this-
with pictures and hidden messages. Yeah,
We
yeah, these are
actually
good.
looked these a lot in the first Assassin's Creed 2. So, if I could say, the general concept of this is that you have to go find the hidden symbol. There actually is a reason to find the hidden symbol. It's so that
You can't
match
do the
these
puzzle.
key
Well,
codes.
maybe if you knew the solution beforehand.
You can do the puzzle. I mean, the codes don't change. You can do the puzzle, but you have to find the secret area, the secret Templar flag or Assassin's flag, I think, depending on which one it is, given the clue. So,
IMF. There we go.
so yes, IMF.
Yes.
It's an International Monetary Fund. One of Keynes's.
Turns out he was a
ideas
Templar,
post-World
though.
War II.
Shame about that.
Yes. So it says below the right banner 1, which means you're actually going underneath the $1 bill in 1 and looking at the flag.
I passed over
Which you
again.
just
So apparently I didn't really
scooted
notice
over.
that.
Yeah. At least it makes like a different sound when it says you're moving on to a new set of
Yeah.
coordinates, so you can at least kind of guess. But some of these are kind of annoying, to be honest. I mean, I like the idea.
Well, I mostly like it for scrolling around to find hidden messages. Like, you know, in Assassin's Creed 2, they had all those codes in like Sumerian and such. But
Yeah.
there we go, the coordinates.
Yes.
So this is not terribly exciting to watch.
So-
You have to match up the in the top box. You have the symbol like the O with the slash through it. You put that over 9. You find out what 2 is, which is that backwards 4 looking thing. Then you just go around, match up the coordinates. It's not terribly exciting to watch.
No, this is sadly. I mean, they had this puzzle in Assassin's Creed 2 in the puzzles, but
Yeah.
you only had to align it once.
Yeah,
You didn't have to
it's just
align
busy
it
work. There's really nothing else to
times.
say about it. It's
Yeah, it. I mean, I like the
yeah,
I like the
I
puzzle.
like the
I
pictures.
just-
I don't really like the
like-
decoder wheel stuff.
the decoder reel also gets really annoying later when they start blanking out spaces because.
Although I don't remember any of the puzzles in this game being as hard as some of the later ones in 2 were. Like there were
No.
when I was going through Assassin's Creed 2 last time, there was one I had to look up the solution for. It was the one with Henry Ford. I just didn't get what I was supposed to be looking at. But other than that, I think I basically brute forced my way through the rest using clues where I could find them.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Yes.
You had a mistake when you did it originally.
Yeah, I haven't quite, I haven't, yeah,
Your
again,
zero's
you need to line
completely
up,
wrong.
okay, when the circle with the slash going from right to left is on 9, what is 2? What is, and when the backwards 5 is on 4, what's 7? Stuff like that. When I do remember I cut this part because, again, you know, I think you've gotten the picture by now.
Yeah, I like the glyph puzzles in this game, but at the same time, it's like you have to do 4 of them per run, 4 or 5 of them per run, and so there's like 50 of them, and there's only like 3 or 4 types, and it just kind of gets really old really fast. And
Right, it seems that the coordinates you chose lend this code its key.
Hey! Actual useful advice from
Thanks,
old friend
Sean.
Hastings.
Then scroll to the symbol that corresponds.
By the way, we're
listen, Sean is really good. Sean is really good at making you feel like a complete idiot. So it is.
well. What
no
about that
surprise he
last
just
puzzle
told
in
you that.
Assassin's Creed 2, where he said he had no way to solve this, but turns out the solution was anything. Yeah, eat that, Sean.
At least Sean realized that you weren't going to kill the Pope.
Yeah.
He was the only person who put that together. I love that. Hey, there's a piece of the Pope.
You know,
now.
in
You're
Assassin's
not
Creed
gonna
2,
kill
when
him.
you had all the dudes in Ezio's time talking about the Spaniard as this big sort of head honcho guy, you know, you'd think Sean could have looked through and said, when does a Spaniard become really important in in Italian politics during this time? Oh, Rodrigo Borgia. Although, again, I don't think they were too interested per se in how things turned out. Just what did Ezio see at the time? Like, that the leader of the Italian Templars became Pope was, I don't think, a great shock, but what Ezio did see was. So, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought I cut
gotta be
this
the
a
other
lot
type of
sooner
five.
than I did. Wow. I do think we do another glyph puzzle this video, and I do cut that. I clearly have to be a bit more judicious in how I edit these things. Although, there we go. It's not that
Yeah.
complicated.
There we go.
Loading.
H and S are Hitler and Stalin, respectively. Although, you know, one thing I don't like about having to do this LP is that some of my recordings go on really long, either because a mission either goes poorly or I do a bit more than I thought I did and the file gets really big. So I have to, it takes up a lot of space on my computer, so I want to get rid of it quickly. But then I kind of forget about it, I've got other shit to do, and I notice this huge behemoth on my computer, so I'll put it on my hard drive. Just get it out of my hair for a bit. Then I forget kind of in the order I recorded things, and it just turns into a big old mess.
Yeah.
But as a general rule,
Yeah.
I don't like to record more content than I think I'll put in a single video. Like, recording enough content for 2 videos, that's a pretty big file. That's like maybe hour and a half to 2 hours long, and I don't like recording for that long.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ah, we're
My
trying to
plan
kill this
is-
fucker again.
But my plan was I was going to throw a smoke bomb at the guy, but oops, I don't have smoke bombs right now. So we're going to do it all
Yes,
stupid like. Now these guys are actually pretty attentive.
Oh,
I
you're
can't.
fucked.
Ah,
God damn it.
that probably could have.
Yeah, that was so...
Yeah, I just don't care about fighting these guys, so just jump between them.
Yeah.
No, don't
The sad
tackle
thing
the
is,
nice
like,
woman.
there's like...
Hey, well that wasn't very. Well, nobody's really being very
gonna
nice for
take his
that
horse.
guy. If only I had tossed him into the scaffold, then I think this chase would have been complete. I mean, do you see those Borgia guys? They just totally threw that guy off his ride. I mean, I was gonna do that pretty soon, but whatever, they're jerks.
Yes, they are.
Apparently,
Alright.
Pedro de Siena's boys aren't particularly interested in chasing me.
He has to regroup with their leader inside of the
Yes.
safe door that
Which he
no way
vanished
getting
into,
him
by
out
the way.
of.
I mean, you saw him, he just kind of disappeared.
Yes. Listen.
You know, I do have to, there is one, yeah, yay. Everyone
Yay,
loves
we're
the
doing the best one
You always do
first.
them first.
Yes.
Welcome to the Rosa in
Yes.
Fiore, stranger.
Salve. Would you be kind enough to call the owner for me?
Madonna Solari is not in.
Do you know where she is?
I...
Aiuto, aiuto! Madonna Solari!
Oh, Lucia! We thought you were gone for good.
The men took us on
You know,
a
I
ship.
can't believe those kind of
Released
wigs
me
were in
when she-
style
Who
at the
took you on
time.
a ship?
Slave trader.
I don't get
Mercedes,
them, personally.
Isola Tiberina. They want coin in exchange for her life.
I will get
Oh,
Right.
hey, I saw that guy.
Hey! You know,
That was fantastic.
that was great.
Every time you play one of these games, you'll see stupid
Okay.
shit you'll never see again, and that's a pretty good contender. I don't think I've ever seen that kind of thing happen before.
You want my news?
Yeah.
So now we're stealing from
Oh,
the
no,
poor.
you're gonna fight a bunch of dudes. Right.
Well, you know, I'm good. I'm just glad
It's
my
go
wanted
better.
level isn't going up. Yeah.
Well, technically the wanted
Oh.
level won't go up because you haven't done the thief
Oh, I
mission
did have
yet.
something to ask you.
That's
what
what it
happens?
activates.
Okay, there's the trophy for recruiting 3 assassins, right? Is that just recruiting them off the street, or actually leveling them up to assassin rank?
I don't quite remember, to be honest. I think it may just be
I will take.
recruiting 3 of them off the street.
Well, I guess I'll find out soon
Don't
enough,
quote me on
though.
Don't. I mean, I did
Yeah,
it,
I was
but
just
technically
curious. Do you have
assassin
to
rank's
raise
also
them
the
up, or
last
is
rank.
it just off the street and then recruit 3 of those jerks and then?
I'd have to see it in like the trophy.
Well, you know,
tables
you could also just look
within
at the
respect to me
screenshot,
gathering
because that would
everything.
tell you a lot, I think. See, I am very
possibly.
concerned with making sure screenshots
But
look as nice as I could possibly make them. Which is why motion blur is my enemy, because they make screenshots look like shit.
They are really trying to pickpocket way too much,
I am
especially
just
since we
robbing
already
this
did the thief
district
mission chest.
blind.
Yes. So, this is one of the cases where you may want to just start reading a bunch of the
Yeah,
treasure chests, or having built up a nice little bit of property in the city, so that way when, you know, the banks refill, you can get a little bit. But this game is actually kind of, relatively speaking, this game is super stingy with money compared to, like, Revelations, which is weird. Then again, I guess with the Revelations, you could also, like, expand all the foreign markets, too, if you really felt like it. And that costs quite a bit of money, but at the same time, there's no real benefit for it because...
Yeah, again, economy is never
Basically,
something Ubisoft has really gotten right in these games. Although, Assassin's Creed 2 was, I think, by far the worst. That game will just vomit money at you, and after a point, there's no point to any of it.
Yeah, no, after a point, it's bad, especially if you kind of get everything close to max, because the largest anything costs in the game is like 50,000 florins, and that's like 2 or 3 cycles of money, and it'll just spit it at you, and...
Oh, I want to hear that other story. I guess not. You know, just because we have enough money to pay these guys doesn't mean I'm going to stop stealing from people. You know, maybe they'll ask for a little more. Did these guys ever think of that?
Yes. Or maybe you could just loot their body.
Although one thing I do like
that
that they changed in this game was making stealing from dead bodies much more worth it, because, you know, they have supplies and more money in general.
Yeah, though there's really only a couple classes of enemies that, you know, after a while it's nice for like quick refills or whatnot, but you know, if they vomit money, the game will vomit money at you after a while, so it's like, yeah, I can just refill this. There's only like 1 or 2 enemy types that it's actually worth really going after because they will maybe have something really rare. Like Aconite, which is the hardest son of a bitch to find.
Do the Borgia captains have special stuff on them? Like, I know they have more money than regular dudes, but...
I think they just have more money. Generally, the only enemies that have more shit on them are bandits and Templar couriers, or Borgia couriers. There is a third type of enemy that shows up in DLC, but...
Yeah.
That's gonna be a bit away, and I don't know when you're doing that.
Well, you know, I've been busy with really grindy platinums lately, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to record this shit, but I'm almost done with the grind, so, you know, I'll start recording this game in earnest. Part of the problem is I can't really play this game for too long in bursts, because... Again, I have to. If I'm intending to record content for this thread, then I have to, you know, keep in mind how much I have recorded, so I don't end up with like a 3-hour file at the end of the day.
3 hours of.
So then, after I record,
or 3 hours, yeah.
But then I have to wait until the video finishes, you know, processing on the capturing software I use, and then I have to open it up in the GUI. Cut it up to presentable format, and then wait until that's done, which usually takes like, depends, but 5-6 hours is usually how long it takes. So it's a whole process getting these videos ready. Well, that was pretty easy.
Yeah. You know, I just realized possibly a mistake to your plan of doing this right now. I'm wondering if it's going to happen.
What?
So, I can't remember if the Borgia Tower here forces you to jump into the water, or if it just lets you jump into the haystack. And
it is a haystack. I will disabuse your notions there. You do jump into a haystack.
If anybody's forgotten, our bonus objective is don't get wet. Which isn't actually all that hard in this mission. I think there's like one mission where we'll get to it later, but it's a hilarious bonus objective considering what it is. And it's like, don't get wet. It's like, I'm in the Colosseum. How would I get wet? And I'm not going to say what happens. But it's...
You know, there are a lot of fun missions in this game.
Yeah, but then there's like 2 that really suck.
Oh! I'm under attack again. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't really have a way. Ooh, he almost got me there.
Fortunately, there's like 2 missions here that suck to get 100% completion.
Ah, yes, the tank
Do you know
mission.
the other one?
One of the other machine missions. I don't remember, but it's probably a spoiler.
The Catacombs.
Oh, yes, the Catacombs. That was not a fun recording either.
Oh, you already did? Okay, you already did the Catacombs.
Yeah.
I'll say that for them.
I have your money.
Just...
I think we can go do the Catacombs
You
right
can.
now, but again...
Oh no! Who will run the brothel now?
Oh.
My God, at least my
Well, there's
sister
no
isn't
reason.
here. This is where smoke bombs would have been happy. Good. So these are the... I don't know. They're slavers, but technically they have the Centoji models on. These are bandits. These are actually really good because they drop really rare shit when you loot them. They also have the
This is a pretty
tendency to
dumb-
start randomly surprising Ezio in really weird spots eventually, but it doesn't really matter right now.
Where did these Borgia guys come from?
I think they may have been leftovers from the... They were either leftovers from the encampment, or they were just kind of on a patrol nearby.
Oh, did you see me dodge around that, that sand? Leave me alone. This does not go as quite as planned.
Why are you... Well, you just want to show the robust nature of this fighting system. Oh, God. I mean, listen, you have to fight the fucking arena like 5 times for an achievement, man. Ugh. Oh, you're almost dead. That's shocking.
Yeah, so is he.
Just stab him up. Kick him in the groin. There we go. And we give him the rock bottom. No, you should loot those, dude. God damn it.
I didn't know that. I didn't know they were special. All right, I'll keep that in mind for next
Yeah,
time.
those dudes have a lot of rare shit.
I just like how Ezio went for the groin again. You know, just for old time's sake.
Well, it's... Men have a weakness.
You know, if you were knocked off your horse from riding into crowds more, it would be really annoying to get around the city. I'm just saying. Like in Assassin's Creed 2, if you ride into a crowd too fast, you and your horse will tumble over.
To be fair, that's only really an issue in Forley. Unfortunately, in Forley, it's like one of the 3 maps where you can actually ride a horse. And it's like, Forley's really annoying because you have to go over a bunch of bridges and shit. So there's a lot of dudes who go... Especially when you're chasing that guy, who then stabs you.
Did Assassin's Creed 3 have the feature where you could warp to viewpoints and such?
It's an interesting question. I cannot remember. I know that Assassin's Creed 3 had fast travel of some nature because there was the sewer system. If you can remember the sewer system, because
I do remember that because the only time I ever had the game crash on me was in the sewer system in New York, I think.
yeah, the sewer system was kind of really glitchy, especially when I was able to like do it all with Heatham in New York or Boston, and it was quite obviously you weren't supposed to, but I managed to get into some portion of it that it wasn't, and then kind of just went through and unlocked it all before he had Connor. It was really weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Assassin's Creed 3.
Assassin's Creed 3. I really shouldn't rag on it as much as I do, but it is a terrible game. Well, it probably is the worst of the series in a lot of ways. But.
Well, some of the really kind of spin-offs maybe have that title, but as far as mainline entries, I would say so, yes. Even though I don't think it's that bad a game.
Yeah,
It just
it's just there are
it
has a lot of wards, and it's not easy to
Yeah.
ignore a lot of the wards, and it really doesn't do
It's
a
also-
lot of good things other than, oh hey, it gave us ship sailing, which it kind of sucks in this game, but turned into a much better game later.
well, that's because the sailing and stuff was it's kind of an add-on to the main game, but in Assassin's Creed 4, it's an integral part of the gameplay.
Yes. For the love of God, climb up. Don't jump in the water.
Wait, you think I'm gonna mess up this far in? No, I'm gonna save that for some of the later.
Look. So, you don't realize that you actually have to go up onto the second floor of the balcony in order to end the session, do you?
No, I haven't quite figured that part out yet.
Yeah, this is Rosa del Fiore. This is the brothel. It does in fact have a glyph on it. We don't think we can actually... You ran right past the flag, too. That itself, special.
Whatever. This could have been done a little better,
Yes.
I think. Little more
Oh,
class.
hey, guess who it is?
Oh, hey, I see some familiar faces.
Ezio. Sir Machiavelli said that you might be here.
What are you doing in Roma? Has Firenze been attacked?
No.
Ezio's mom had like a grand total of
We did not go
3 or 4 lines in Assassin's Creed 2.
We want
She did not talk a whole bunch.
Where is Madonna Solari?
She's dead.
That's kind of really mean. She was really heartbroken over Petruccio,
Cannot
man.
close.
Yeah, again, I'm just saying she didn't say a whole lot in the game.
She spends three-quarters of the game in a mute catatonic trance.
Well, even 3/4 being generous. I'd say
90%.
80, at least 85% of the game she doesn't
You are
talk.
on your own.
At least.
For 20 years.
Yes.
Fine. I intend to repair the brothel. This place is a real mess, and I want your courtesans to find Caterina Sforza.
You can count on us.
Yes. Imagine if Duccia saw me here now. So...
Hey, we didn't take 2,500 forints from the slave traders. We took it from the good people of Roma.
No, we took
We
took it from them. We took it from the good people of Roma. We gave it to them, and then we took it back. So really, we took it from the slavers.
Yeah, I think our karmic circle is closed.
And now we're giving them a whorehouse, so it's most definitely closed.
Yeah, again, this is the karmic circle.
Yes. And now we get the brothel.
As soon as it's finished constructing.
Yes.
Which, you know, it's hard to find good architects these days because
Mostly they kind of just sit around staring at broken aqueducts, wondering, I wish I could rebuild this, but damn, there's that Borgia Tower right over there that you can't go to because you can go there for another 3 months.
As you can see,
Sorry,
the most
dude.
popular brothel in Roma.
boy, that was fast. Went from broken to being the most popular in what 3, 4, what like less than a day since it actually finished construction.
Nessun problema.
Yes.
Ezio.
Ezio's going to go
Nessun
whore
problema.
himself
Make
out
it
now.
difficult for
Yes.
Claudia's girls. There are several things you could do that would aid them.
The courtesans get their own video because they're the best faction, but we'll get to their mercenary and
Ezio,
thieves
You
next
find
time.
Caterina.
we
Yes.
are working on
Bene. Come to see me.
Next video was not exactly fun to put together because I did way too much in it.
You did the
But-
fucking catacomb mission and tried to 100% it, didn't you?
Yeah, that's how it happened. So next video is gonna be a bit longer than this one. But again, I couldn't. I cut that video up. I could not find a way to cut any more from it without taking out actual progression and gameplay and such.
Yeah.
That's really the worst when you've got a video that's that's longer than you're comfortable with, but you really can't cut any more without it just being an unwatchable mess.
Oh, hey, look at that.
The memories of Christina are a special thing. We will get to all of them in a single video. Just so we have a theme for one of them.
boss.
It's a pretty nice looking area too. A lot of
Yes,
good
it is.
lot of good interiors in this game.
Yeah, there are. Yes, there are.
All right.